bill now aimed
Check
at
this out, everybody.
Pets, but it goes a little further. What do people do when they consider parting ways as a family and there's a pet in between? Well, the bill is now being considered by the council, and it acknowledges that that's a possibility.
Yeah.
In fact, it would even treat them like children.
That's
really.
the part I was waiting for you to say. Keep going.
In the case of divorces rather than actual property, considering their welfare and best interest. Now, the Washington Post broke this story this week. A lot of people talking about it. Writer of that story, Karina Elwood, joining us live. Karina, good to see
Karina.
you. I think.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
People are split on this. Like, for some people, the pet might as well be a human, and for other people, they're like, it's a dog. So I can see why this is being considered.
Yeah, definitely. And, that really gives judges the opportunity, and everyone has different relationships with their pets, and it gives judges the opportunity to consider the well-being of the pet like, a family member, instead of just as property, like you would a house or, a good asset like a painting or something like that.
So I'm one of the old school people. This is taking me by surprise. I remember when a dog was the dog and the dog stayed in the doghouse. So for people like me, what do we need to know about this bill and what they're proposing?
Yeah, so this bill isn't just about custody battles. This bill is an all-encompassing animal sort of rights vehicle, and there's a bunch of different provisions that are just protecting animals in the district, and it really gives more rights to pets, and basically, gives them more protections in all kinds of different circumstances. So that's everything from banning cat declawing, banning dog fighting implements, to this custody provision of the bill that will allow judges to sort of make those decisions if they need be. I think most people will probably be able to work that out among themselves. I think that a lot of times pets do have, one owner that they prefer over everyone else. In the cases that it's not that easy, it will allow judges to get involved.
See, and you touched on it a little bit here. I've unfortunately covered a lot of crime in D.C., and when there is a crime that relates to a dog or a pet, if you will, it's considered property, Karina. So could that change now? Could you commit a crime, say, against a dog and now be charged as if the dog were a human?
Family Hey.
Yeah, so I don't think it goes quite that far yet. I don't believe that's one of the provisions in the bill, but I did talk to a lot of animal rights experts who said even just the custody bill and seeing animals as sentient beings instead of property in this one specific provision is a big step. And that the reason that people see animals as property is a big reason that a lot of animal abuses happen, because they're treated as property and not as as beings.
That could be the precursor to changing the code in D.C. Who knows?
Yeah, because the way I see this is pretty soon we're going to be standing in line behind the dog trying to get my cup of coffee. The dog's going to have all the rights.
The dog's already at the coffee shop.
Yeah, already at the coffee, but he's over there with the owner. Now the dog will be in line to get his own thing. He'll have a credit.
You got to wait. The dog.
Yeah, you got to wait. I mean, that's what it sounds like to me.
But I think I see what she's saying. At least now the judge kind of has a more legal ground to decide the future of this dog, rather than like the dog be treated as if it's a dresser or somebody's property in the house.
I can see that.
All right, Karina, just keep us updated when this goes to vote and see how this shakes out.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be before the council on Tuesday, and that'll be the final vote.
All right, sounds good. We'll see where that goes. Karina Elwood from the Washington
I love
Post.
dogs. I'm not cold-hearted, but still.
No, but I think a lot of people are kind of with you. It's like, well, who has more rights? And do we have equal rights as dogs? So anyways.
Am I going over Saturday to visit the dog? Is that what happens? Yeah.